Today on The Spot, we've got a double dose of demos to get you through the weekend with SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3 on the PSP and Naruto Shippuden Clash of Ninja Revolution 3. The PlayStation Network has some awesome new content, and we'll show it to you in This Week on PlayStation Network. You'll get some tips and tricks in our latest starting block for Borderlands, and we give away some hot trivia goodness. Today on The Spot.
Welcome everybody to Today on the Spot this Saturday, October 24th. Hope your weekends are going well. We've got your dose of gaming awesomeness. And by we, I mean myself, Chris Waters, and my man, Lark Anderson. Lark, how's it going over there?
It's going great, Chris.
You having a good weekend so far?
Oh yeah, it's excellent. One of the great benefits of working here is that I get to play games that are, not out yet.
Okay.
And I'm currently playing one of those, keeping me up late.
Tell us about it.
And I can't tell you about it, but it's awesome.
Great, that's great.
Yeah, it is awesome.
So the problem with that is this is a game, we talk about games on this show. We don't not talk about them. So what are we talking? Tell me what we're talking about on the show.
Well, we got
today.
a lot of great games on the show today.
Yes.
Two daily demos this time.
The double dose.
Crazy.
Yep.
We got some Naruto action on the Wii.
And some SOCOM.
Yeah, SOCOM on the PSP.
Whether you like punching or shooting, got you covered.
Right.
We also got a starting block for Borderlands for all you aspiring Vault Hunters. But first we're going to throw it over to Tor Thorson at the GameSpot news desk and see what this weekend's headlines are.
Hey everyone, it's your GameSpot news update for Saturday, October 24th. I'm Tor Thorson. On Friday, Microsoft was the first of the big three console makers to report its third quarter earnings. Although overall Microsoft profits were down 18% to $3.57 billion, the company's game division profits nearly doubled from $159 million to $312 million. Company executives said the boost was thanks in part to a $100 million increase in gaming revenue and a 50% jump in Xbox Live revenue. I guess you people are buying a whole lot of Avatar clothes out there. The profit is even more impressive given that revenue for the entertainment and devices division was down slightly, falling $2 million to $1.891 billion. Part of that was a $300 price drop of the Xbox 360 Elite, which began in late August. However, the lower price helped Microsoft sell nearly 3 million 360s in just 3 months, bringing its worldwide installed base to nearly 34 million units. By comparison, nearly 53 million Wiis have been sold by the end of July, and nearly 24 million PlayStation 3s were sold as of late August. Speaking of Microsoft, its CEO Steve Ballmer, he says the darndest things. Early this week, he was asked point blank if the Xbox 360 would have Blu-ray functionality. He said, and I quote, "Well, I don't know if we need to put it in there, but you'll be able to get Blu-ray drives as accessories." That's pretty straightforward, right? Well, remember, this is Steve Ballmer we're talking about here, the guy whose comments led to widespread reports a new Xbox will be coming out next year. Psst, it's not. So within hours of his statement, Microsoft's Major Nelson posted a note saying, "I wanted to clear something up. Steve was referring to Blu-ray accessories for the PC. As we have said in the past, we have no plans to introduce a Blu-ray drive for the Xbox 360. So much for that." Again. Well, that's it. Your GameSpot news update for Saturday, October 24th. For more headlines like these, head on over to news.gamespot.com.
All right, thanks for that, Tor. Now, there's been a lot of awesome stuff coming out for PlayStation 3 recently, but if you're looking for some PlayStation 3 goodness for less than full retail price, you want to check out the PlayStation Network. Here's what's new this week.
This week on the PlayStation Network. New game demos are at the top of our list this week, including a new demo hitting for Ratchet & Clank Future: A Crack in Time. Just a week ahead of the game's release date, Insomniac's demo lets players test out the dynamic duo's latest adventure, which concludes the storyline from Tools of Destruction and Quest for Booty. Try out the new time-based Clank gameplay and puzzles as you explore the Great Clock. Another new demo hitting the PlayStation Network this week is Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast, coming to the PlayStation 3 on November 10th. Dragon Ball Z and fighting game fans alike should check out the demo that lets you play as Goku, Raditz, or Piccolo, and battle out in a versus mode. Up next, be sure not to miss out on a new demo for Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron for the PSP. In the demo, you'll see how the game lets you take the fight back and forth between ground battles on the planet's surface or high above in space battles. The last of the new demos out this week is Critter Crunch. Previously released as a full downloadable game, a new playable demo for Critter Crunch has been added this week. In the full downloadable game section this week, we've got Trine, originally released this past summer as a PC game and an award winner as GameSpot's pick as best downloadable game shown at E3. Trine is a fantasy action game in which you can create and use physics-based objects to beat hazardous puzzles and threatening enemies. New PS1 classics making their way to the PlayStation Network this week include Oddworld Inhabitants, Abe's Odyssey, and Abe's Exodus. Both games upon their release commanded critical acclaim from fans and critics both. Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus are available now for $9.99 each. Also take note that Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories and Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories have been both added to the PlayStation Network store for download at $19.99 for the PSP. Last but not least, in the new game add-ons department this week, we've got add-ons for FIFA Soccer 10 2.0 All Leagues, Luminous Supernova add-on bundle, and Way of the Samurai 3 head and apparel items. Well, that's all the time we have. Be sure to check PlayStation.com or GameSpot News for a complete list of all the items hitting this week on the PlayStation Network.
Folks, it is time for our first of 2 daily demos, and I tell you the title, but it's really long, and I made Lark memorize it instead.
Well, we'll be checking out Special Operations Command, United States Navy SEALs, Fireteam Bravo 3 for the PlayStation Portable.
Pretty good. Nice work, man.
Yeah.
That's SOCOM, for those of you keeping track at home, that prestigious sort of military, hardcore shooter, tense action. On
the PSP.
On the PSP. I get tense just thinking about playing that game, but it's fun. It's really good. I'm looking forward to see how this one is. And let's go to the daily demo right now and check it out.
Thanks, guys. We're joined here by Michael Kerr, who's a producer at Slant 6, who's going to show us a little bit about SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3. So we're taking a look at the demo here. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
So this is about halfway through the game, and here the Navy SEALs are inserting into an old Soviet missile base in our Baltic country. And this is actually, they're trying to get to a cache of poison gas, sort of the WMDs they've been sent in to find. But this is only about halfway through the game, so there's a lot for them to do after this. This is one of the cinematic sequences that we've shot for the game. There's about 40 or 50 of these things in the game, actually. So every mission starts with a really interesting intro this way, a lot of story.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the changes that have been made to the gameplay. So there's things like a new cover system, there's regenerative health. Can you go into a little bit more detail about those?
Yeah, it's very much a Fireteam Bravo game, but we wanted to sort of make the user experience even better this time. So as you mentioned, we have added this cover system, but it's not a snap-on cover system. It's very lightweight for the user. All you need to do is go up to a piece of cover, and if you're target locked on someone, as you can see here, your stance is going to automatically adjust to that targeting height. So anywhere in the world that you go, if you're target locked, you have automatic cover, so you get all the benefits of cover, but you don't have to do anything as you use it. So that's one of the main advancements.
And so can you talk a little bit about sort of the new health system? Yeah,
we decided to go with the regen health system, the standard sort of SOCOM practice to have the health bar. We wanted to keep the HUD really, really clear, kind of keep the user immersed in the game. And we felt that this regen health system was a little bit better for that. So when you take damage, you're going to see the redding on the screen. Pretty standard convention these days in shooters. There you go, you can see it there. And it's just a little bit more immersive, I think, for the user. It's also a difficult game. It's one of those games that you're going to run through, and you can charge through if you want, but there's also great opportunities to sort of be stealthy, apply a little bit of tactics to the game, and the regen health system just seemed to fit that. So you're going to get punished if you just go charging into situations.
So can you talk a little bit about how your squad mates kind of factor into all this and how that kind of ups the strategic element in the game?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we sort of building on our AI system from past games. We went with 3 full squad mates. So when you're playing around through the single player campaign, you've got these 3 guys. You can at any time give them quick commands. So if you just tap on your circle button, you're gonna get them to move to places. You can then dive into a menu where you can get a little bit more control of these guys. So you can set them to a particular stance, so they'll hold fire or fire at will, depending on how aggressive you want them to be. Or you can have them stealthing, or you can get them to follow a whole position. You can also individually command the teammates to cover targets or kill targets or select any locations you want. It's quite deep if you want to use it. If not, they're going to be there as sort of guns on your shoulder and following you around and generally being in pretty good positions to provide you cover.
And that sort of plays into the new health system as well. So if you've taken a lot of damage, you just tell your squad mates, hey, take care of these guys while I'm holding back a little bit.
Yeah, precisely. It's really useful for that. You know, it's nice I sort of fish with the guys. I send them out first, especially on the harder difficulty levels.
So can you talk a little bit about sort of, things that SOCOM are known for, sort of like customizing your character with different sort of loadouts and things like that? Are we going to see more of that in Fireteam Bravo 3?
Yeah, I think we have more weapons than any other SOCOM game so far, actually, in this game. There's about 70 weapons and attachments. We sort of took a step forward this year and decided to make each weapon have 4 attachment slots. So you can put a scope on the weapon, a suppressor, or lasers on the barrel, and then you've got underbarrel grenade launchers and shotguns and all kinds of stuff there. So very customizable.
And what are we looking at in terms of just pure multiplayer action?
So new to the franchise this year for the PSP, we've got 4-player co-op for infrastructure and ad hoc, which is kind of one of the big advances for the title. So you can play through the single-player campaign with 4 players. You can actually do it with a minimum of 2, and then we substitute AI players to fill up the spaces. Or you can do the 4-player full co-op. You can play the campaign mission and also all the custom missions, sort of short, quick action scenarios that you can do with that. Plus, we've got a full 16-player versus multiplayer on 8 maps, 5 different modes.
And when can we expect Fireteam Bravo 3 to be released?
You'll see the game this winter.
Great, thank you for joining us, and we'll have more on SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3 in the near future.
Continuing with the trend of long titles for our game demos today, we're going to take a look at Naruto Shippuden Clash of the Ninja Revolution 3 on the Wii. Let's take a look.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ryan McDonald here, and I'm standing by with producer Mike Jones. Now, Mike, you have brought by a little Naruto action. You want to tell the folks at home what you brought?
So I brought our master copy of Naruto Shippuden Clash of Ninja Revolution 3 to kind of show off some gameplay, show you some of the features, walk you through that stuff, and we brought some other goodies for you guys.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't the new game, or we've got a couple different flavors here, it looks like. I want to tell the folks at home, if they stick around to actually Tuesday's show, if you come back on Tuesday, you can win one of these DS guys here, as well as shirts and headbands. Check out these headbands. There's like hella real metal on there. I might just knock all those games over.
The real deal.
But let's go ahead and look at the new one that's coming out on November 17th, sir.
Yeah, November 17th, Naruto Shippuden Clash of Ninja Revolution 3. It's on the Wii, and like I said, I brought our Gold Master copy that has all our gameplay tweaks in it. Wi-Fi is the way we like it. It's ready to go, so I'm going to kind of show you some of the new features that we haven't talked a whole lot about, and kind of go through some of the modes and things that we've got. So story mode, obviously, it covers the first story arc of the Shippuden animation and comic. So that's the Gar retrieval arc if you're a Naruto fan. Versus mode, which is 1 to 4 players. You can kind of slice that up any way that you want. You can do 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 4-player free-for-all. There's also a 2-man squad mode in there too, so you can play, 1 player, both controlling 2 characters, tagging in and out, or you can actually, new in this version, Revolution 3, you can play 4-player where you're controlling a standby character and your buddy's controlling the point character, and you guys tag in and out and assist each other and stuff like that, and that's a really fun mode. This is the new big one that fans have been asking for and that we're really happy to deliver is Wi-Fi mode. So some of the details of the Wi-Fi mode are it's going to have friend matches, rival matches, random matches, as well as ranked matches, and we are going to have leaderboards. So you'll be able to go on and kind of check your online standing and also keep track of your win-loss record against each of your rivals and each of your friends individually. So if you've got a grudge match going on, you can keep track of like how many times you beat your buddy and how many times he's beat you.
So fairly standard online fare, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Let's jump in here. I'm going to do a squad training mode and kind of show off some of the latent powers and assist attacks and stuff like that.
Now, while we come back to this, while you're picking your characters here, there's a reason we're not showing the character select screen. That is,
yes,
you guys are going to roll them out, kind of, give the Naruto fans a little bit of.
We've kind of started a character rollout process where we're releasing a new set of characters each week, and we're going to continue to do that up until launch and actually after launch. So we still got a few aces up our sleeve. I know a lot of the Naruto fans are really interested what the full cast of characters are. Right now, all I can say is there's more than 35, and there's a couple of surprises left. So stay tuned. We got some cool stuff.
I'll take it a step further, Mike, and I'll say that if you guys come back on Tuesday, you'll not only get a chance to win your own copy of some Naruto action, but we'll also be talking about some of those new characters that you guys are going to release on Tuesday.
Yeah, we got videos coming for you guys. So come back to GameSpot.
All right, let's go ahead and actually see the business that you have here.
Pick a random stage. We have a random stage select in this version too, which is essential to any good fighting game.
Is definitely essential. So how does the setup work with the 4 players versus? So is it pretty much 1-on-1, and then you get the other guy to come in, little tag battle action?
Yeah. So I mean, think of your classic X-Men versus Street Fighter or Marvel versus Capcom or something like that. You have all your basic attacks and things, but you see that both of my character avatars are at the top. They both have their own life gauges. They both have their own chakra meters, and in the two-man squad mode, the assist button the tag button, becomes active. So a neutral press on the tag button will tag your character in and cost 25% chakra. Back on the tag button will call in your partner to do an offensive tag in and kind of do an attack as they change characters out. And if you hit down on the tag button, this will call in your assist, and Jiraiya happens to do his Dark Swamp attack, and it will trap the opponent. This starts to allow for a lot more like improvisational gameplay, dynamic gameplay. So if you like combos, if you like freestyling, if you like just kind of crazy frenetic pace of gameplay, two-man squad mode is the way to go.
Okay.
And so you can start kind of creating your own stuff. With Naruto, and kind of like, whoops, kind of messed that up. Combo and his assist.
So you
kind of start freestyling, making my own combos up.
You got some depth there.
Yeah, absolutely. If you like fighting games, we've definitely tried to put our best foot forward, tune it, balance it, fix a lot of the historical problems it's had, give a lot of new features and a lot of new moves and things to characters that have existed in the franchise, as well as some of the new characters that we've created. And if you're a Naruto fan, there's just tons of characters, which everybody loves.
Excellent. Mike Jones, the game is
Naruto Shippuden.
Naruto Shippuden? Go ahead and you just finish it for me.
Naruto Shippuden Clash of Ninja Revolution 3.
And is coming on November 17th, is that right?
That's correct.
Excellent. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And again, don't forget, if you're a Naruto fan out there, come and join us on Tuesday's show. We got these giveaways, plus a look at some of the new characters that they're going to reveal on Tuesday as well.
Absolutely.
Excellent. So check it out.
So folks, I had the distinct pleasure of reviewing Borderlands earlier this week, and by earlier this week, I mean this pretty much entire past week, where I poured hours and hours into that really, really fun game. Took some of my experience, the benefits of my trips through Pandora, and put together a little starting block for you folks just starting out, and gave some tips on how to optimize your character, as well as some tips for those of you who are later on dealing with class mods and all that good stuff. Let's roll the tape right now. Here's some quick tips to help you hit the ground running in Borderlands. Once you've picked your character, take a minute to investigate your skill tree. Some of the most powerful and interesting skills are near the bottom, and in order to unlock them, you'll have to pour skill points into that specific tree. Pick one you like the best and go for it. If you spread your skill points between trees, you'll still unlock good skills, but it'll take you longer to get to the really cool stuff. If you want to see how each skill tree plays out before you select your character in the game, hop online and go to borderlandsthegame.com, click on Fortune Hunters, and select the character you want to check out. As you start killing skags and bandits, try to feel out what type of guns you prefer. Your proficiency with each type of gun increases the more you use it, and high proficiencies grant solid bonuses to reload speed, accuracy, and handy things like that. Keep in mind that your character will have a few gun-related skills that you might want to consider when picking your type. Picking two standbys early on, like sniper rifles and SMGs for example, is a great way to get an edge in combat. Sticking with certain types of guns also makes inventory management easier. You're going to pick up a lot of guns, and you'll want to sell most of them. Only comparing the types of guns you're actively using will save you time and energy. Of course, you should always take a good look at the rarer guns you pick up, if only to see how cool they are. As you travel through Pandora, be sure to pick up any quests you can, even if you don't intend on doing them. You may find yourself in a particular area on one quest, only to find that you have another one available right nearby. This will save you travel time and earn you precious experience points, and as an added bonus, will keep your friendly neighborhood claptrap from hassling you about new quests available in such and such location. Completing a quest nets you a hefty experience bonus, and taking on a healthy variety of side quests will ensure that you get tough enough to fight the next big bad boss. Before we wrap up, here are two quick tips for you higher level folks. Class mods that grant bonus points for certain skills only work if you have already invested at least one skill point in that particular skill. But even if you already have a full 5 out of 5 skill points invested, mods can boost your skill ratings even higher and grant even bigger bonuses. And don't be shy about using those elemental artifacts. Though using one does replace your currently equipped one, you can always change it. Just navigate to the skill screen, highlight your current elemental artifact, and press a button to bring up a list of all available artifacts. This lets you see which artifacts are more powerful, and lets you customize your elemental damage to better destroy your current enemy. Keep these tips in mind, and you'll not only be more powerful, you'll be richer from all the money you save by not respawning. Happy vault hunting! All right, folks, it is trivia time, and we got a couple things to give away for you, starting with this Fairy Tale Fights little bound box type thingy. It's got Fairy Tale Fights goodness inside. The game is about fairy tale characters brutally murdering each other. Looks pretty cool. So the question here, and it's not a traditional trivia question, but it's one I think you'll have some fun with. I want you to tell us which of the playable characters in Fairy Tale Fights is the best and why. Write us a short description of championing your favorite fairy tale character, and you will receive this box with its magical contents, which may or may not be magical. Next up, Lark, what do we got?
Well, we have some future technology right here. We've got some active camouflage from the Haloverse, and inside of it are Halo 3 ODST, or ODST as we like to call it around these parts, controllers.
Yes.
See, check this out.
Oh my goodness, they're decloaking.
There they go. Oh, they've decloaked.
Fun.
And we've got these totally rad wireless controllers up in here, and not only will you have a chance to win this, by answering a simple question, you will also get the sweet active camo, which actually doesn't work unless you're not looking at it. So all you gotta do to be eligible is answer this simple trivia question. What is the Master Chief's full name and rank? That's all you gotta do. If you know the answer to that, and you should if you're a Halo fan, is hit the button on that side and send in an answer that way, or you can send us an email with the answer at onthespot@gamespot.com.
All right, and if that wasn't cool enough, we've got one more, I should say 100 more awesome trivia prizes to cram in here and give away to you folks. Star Trek Online is going into closed beta, which means you can't get in for free. You can't just get in, right? You gotta go to the website, you fill out an application, maybe it gets submitted, maybe it doesn't, or you could answer our trivia question. We're giving away 100 keys for you folks to join in on this beta if you can answer this question. In the new Star Trek movie, Chekhov says this word to the computer that the computer has a lot of trouble recognizing. What is that word? And that's about going to do it for us here on this Saturday. We're going to send you off to enjoy your weekend. Be sure to join us next week for a whole new crop of Today on the Spot goodness. For everyone here on the crew, I'm Chris Waters.
I'm Mark Anderson.
Have a great weekend.
What's in the box?
I'm not going to tell you.
What's in the box?
Folks, now it's time for the first of our double dose of daily demos today. And I can't remember the full title, but fortunately I got Lark here to do it for me.
Yeah, we'll be playing...
Hold on, Frank is sighing heavily. I think that means there was a camera problem.
You forgot, it's like, oh, you forgot his line. Sweet, finish this jacked up goodness.
Frank, I will train wreck myself. I don't need you to do that. I don't know, it's... Trivia!
Pew, pew, pew.
All right. All right, folks, it is trivia time for everyone here on the crew. I'm Chris Waters.
I am Lark Anderson.
Oh, yeah, it's true.